What's up, everybody? Welcome back to From the Crypt. I'm Derek, and today I'm going to be talking about the third movie from my 100 horror movie scratch-off poster. And it's the 67th film that I've watched that's on the poster total. I'm talking about The Changeling, directed by Peter Medak. I'm going to be talking spoilers, so just to give you a reference, this movie was released March 28th of 1980. You've had a lot of time to check it out. Let's go ahead and get into our super quick plot synopsis. 4 months after the loss of his family, a man moves into a haunted mansion. Where did I watch The Changeling? I watched this on Peacock, but it was free on a lot of different streamers. Tubi, Pluto, Plex, and Fandango at home. So you can check it out for free on any of those. Who's in The Changeling? We've got George C. Scott as John, Trish Van Devere as Claire, who is also George C. Scott's wife in real life, Melvin Douglas as Senator Carmichael, and John Colicos as DeWitt. What's good about The Changeling? There's lots of orchestral music in this movie. Now, contrary to what Jacob and I normally talk about, I like a bunch of different music. Orchestral is one of them because I'm married to a professional classical musician. So, I guess I felt kind of bad not watching this with her, but she's also a professional at not liking horror movies either. Yeah, that joke was pretty bad. Moving on. What's bad about the movie? Okay. So, this movie starts off, and within the first 3 minutes, our main character loses his wife and daughter. They get hit by a truck on a snowy road. I'm talking hit. Like, head on. Like, not in the car. They just get hit by a truck. And I'm supposed to believe that 4 months later, this guy is just only a little, and I'm going to say mildly disturbed by it. No. As a husband and father myself, I would be absolutely distraught. I found it already unbelievable that he's just picking up, moving on. I wouldn't even be able to function. I wouldn't be able to tie my shoes because of the grief and, just the overall sadness that I would be feeling. So right out of the gate, I was just already, I call it bullshit pretty quick. And man, I don't know. Some of you might agree with that. Some of you may disagree with that. This movie feels like I should have watched this probably when I was really young. Because as I already said, it came out in 1980. Damn near everything this movie does, I've already seen in movies that have came out since. So I imagine it would have been way more impactful to see it before seeing The Ring, for instance, which you're like, a little girl comes out of TV? No, but they do find a dead child in a well, and they got to rip the floor up of this, I believe it was a cabin. It may have been an actual house. So I got Ring vibes from that, and any haunted mansion, haunted child movie ever has already done what this movie has done. So I feel it is a victim of just bad timing for me, because I'd already seen a lot of the stuff that it tries to do, which could have been groundbreaking at the time, but it's not now that I've seen a bunch of other crap after that. I'm going to double back because I did forget to say one good thing about it. I did like the seance scene that they conducted. I thought that was a really cool scene. The performances weren't bad by any means, so it shouldn't be under what's bad, but also at the same time, I wasn't really blown away by the performances either. They were okay to passable. Not, like I said, not bad. But I'm going to quote Roger Ebert on this. And just for clarification, I am not a fan of Roger Ebert. Some of the stuff that he said, in particular to Nightmare on Elm Street 3, I find extremely ignorant. So I just want to get it out of the way that I do not hold his reviews in high regard by any means. But when I was doing research, I was like, he actually nailed it with this one, and I'll give credit where credit is due. So, what he said was, Scott makes the hero feel so rational, normal, and self-possessed that we never feel that he's in real danger. And yeah, I was never once on the edge of my seat oh God, is he going to get it now? Is it gonna happen? No. Not once did I feel like any of the main characters were in danger. And I guess the overall plot, like, oh, the little boy was going to die, so his father killed him, then went overseas, adopted a new son, named him that, blah, blah, blah. Basically, he became the Changeling. I wasn't blown away by it. It wasn't surprising. It didn't do anything. And I guess I'll go ahead and segue into my rewatch by review section. Would I watch this movie again? No. No, it's borderline forgettable. Would I buy it? No, I'm not going to worry about this. What score would I give this movie? I'm going to give it a 4 because it just didn't do anything for me. I wasn't scary. The performances were okay, but not bad. Nothing stood out. I feel like this movie may have been more impactful when it came out, but considering I've seen everything that this movie has done in other movies, it took away from it. And I'll just go ahead and say, I don't like posting negative reviews. Some of you may have seen my Borderlands review that I put out. I was not happy about that. I gave it a much worse score than this, but I feel, since I said I was going to review all the movies that I haven't seen off of this scratch-off poster, even if they're bad, I'm going to do a review on them. This one, hopefully, is one of the few that I'm just like, yeah, it's forgettable. Don't even bother with it. But that'll do it for the Changeling, guys. So, if you enjoyed the video or agreed, please consider dropping a like and consider subscribing as well. Jacob and I are always trying to grow the channels. More comments, likes, subscriptions, pumps it into the YouTube verse, and then we can do more fun stuff. As I already said about commenting, let's have a talk down below. Did I miss something? And that's why I didn't like this movie. Do you agree? Am I completely crazy? Let's have a talk down in the comments, please. Let's have a fun, civil discussion. And I guess my last question for you all is, what movie should I do next? Nobody's really commented on anything, so I'm still kind of going down the line, or just I've started randomly picking and choosing, because there was one movie that I was not going to watch sitting right next to my wife on our plane flight to Vegas. As I started it, and a minute in, I was like, yeah, no, I'm not watching this. She's gonna look over, and it's gonna become a whole thing, which I'll probably say what it is when I'm actually reviewing it, but it won't be for a little while. So, until next time, have a good one.